What's going on, everybody? Welcome back to my channel. Unless this happens to be your very first time here, then come on in, take a seat. We are in for some more NF today, brought to you by Randy. By the way, sorry, my name is Abigail. I do musical reactions here on YouTube, all on the first take, completely blind. All on the first take, completely blind. And what I'm trying to say is that Randy, through Buy Me a Coffee, did request more NF today. This is a lyric video. It's just called Nate. It's just called Nate. So I'm super excited to dive in. So much so that I seem to be tripping over my words. I'm kind of a little distracted as well with my allergies. I kind of feel like I look like Rudolph the Red-Nosed Reindeer. But I digress. I think we should just dive in. And I'll be taking notes as I hear any interesting messages that NF wants to give us, which, you know, it's NF. He's going to give us some interesting messages. So let me go ahead and bring this up here and let's see what we hear. Beautiful.
Yeah, sometimes I wanna disappear like I just don't exist. I find a time machine to take me back when I was 6.
Take you back, huh?
Either way, I guess the point of it would be to tell that little kid that he's gonna take a lot of hits. Yeah, I'll probably grab your hand and tell you life is hard. If you got questions or you need advice, then talk to God, cause he's the only one that listens, even when you think he isn't. Even good people are great at making bad decisions. Yeah, they ain't gonna take us serious. You find out pretty quick that life is more than just appearances. I know some things we could avoid to save embarrassment, but everything that breaks you down can also build your character, cause people love to see you fail. Just be aware of it. Don't let nobody tell you who to be or write your narrative. Look, we're all products of the things that we experience, but there's a big difference between confidence and arrogance. You hearing this out? Know that you don't get it now, but you gon' get it later. I know you feel like you're alone and no one loves you maybe, and you gon' cover insecurities with lots of anger. The weird thing is someday all of this will make you famous. You start to write about your life, and while they're all relating, you'll make up a slogan, call it real, but feel like you're the fakest. Wish I could tell you that your future's nothing but amazing. That's just not the case, and I guess I just don't know how to say this.
Un momento. Por favor, he just said a whole lot of stuff. Now, one of the very first lines that he said was talking about wanting to disappear. Like he doesn't exist, go back to when he was 6 or something like that. So already I get the vibe that he is talking to his younger self, to his past self, but I do have to hear some more to confirm that. So let's go back just a wee bit. Here we go.
Anger. The weird thing is someday all of this will make you famous. You start to write about your life, and while they're all relating, you'll make up a slogan, call it real, but feel like you're the fakest. Wish I could tell you that your future's nothing but amazing. That's just not the case, and I guess I just don't know how to say this.
It's not the case.
If you can hear me or not, but if you can, I just want you to know you gon' make a lot of mistakes, and they gon' laugh in our face. That's part of life. That's just the way that it goes. That's just the way that it goes. And I don't know if you can hear me or not, but if you can, I just need you to get it. I know you've been questioning life. Trust me, I know what it's like. I'm here for you if you need someone to listen. If you need someone to listen. See, mom and dad are not together. They took different routes, which you probably already knew. You're getting older now. Remember back when mom picked us up from grandma's house, and she hid her boyfriend in the trunk and drove a couple miles down the street, and then she pulled over to let him out, cause she didn't want dad to know she had these type of dudes around, cause last time he found out, he had to take us from her. You look uncomfortable, I'm sorry, let me change the subject. You know how we've always struggled with abandonment? Yeah. And when we
So talking about his parents there, just letting him know ahead of time, mom and dad are going to get a divorce. They're going to take different routes. But you probably already figured that out. So even at 6, there's always been issues in the family hold. Okay. Well, it did sound like a warning, but young Nate might have already had that gist. Okay. Let's go back a little bit more.
dudes around, cause last time he found out he had to take us from her. You look uncomfortable, I'm sorry, let me change the subject. You know how we've always struggled with abandonment? Yeah. And when we feel like someone's leaving, we start panicking? Yeah. Hey, yo, I wish that I could say I've learned to manage it. You think it's bad now, but you don't know the half of it. Passion is something we have never lacked. We see it the most when we're writing raps. They think it's funny now, let them laugh. I know you think it's just an outlet when you're really mad, but you don't know the platform you're about to have. I know some things about the future you ain't ready for. I know some things that you gon' cover up but can't ignore. And what hurts is they gon' surface at the worst moments. And we gon' act like it don't hurt us, but it hurts, don't it? We walk around with the devil talking on both shoulders. Wish I could tell you that he disappears when we get older, but that's just not the case. And I know you feel out of place and everything is not okay, and life can be a lot to take. But I don't know if you can hear me or not, but if you can, I just want you to know you gon' make a lot of mistakes and they gon'
So I heard more instances where he's just trying to warn young Nate about the future. He said, "Look, um, what did he say? He said, don't look for validation in the wrong places or something like that. Or that your future, you think your future is going to be great. Well, it's not. There's still going to be a lot of pain. More warnings is what I'm getting from the lyrics so far. It's not going to turn out exactly how you think it will, but I digress. Let's keep going.
And everything is not okay, and life can be a lot to take. I don't know if you can hear me or not, but if you can, I just want you to know you gon' make a lot of mistakes and they gon' laugh in our face. That's part of life, that's just the way that it goes. That's just the way that it goes. And I don't know if you can hear me or not, but if you can, I just need you to get it. I know you've been questioning life, trust me, I know what it's like. I'm here for you if you need someone to listen. If you need someone to listen. You know how intoxicated people make us nervous, to the point sometimes we shake and it feels so disturbing. Don't be scared, that's just trauma trying to reach the surface and tell us everyone we love is gonna try to hurt us, which isn't true, but it's a lie that both of us believe in. Yeah, you might get a glimpse of happiness from your achievements, but what you'll learn as you get older, every time you reach one, is you'll just make another goal that doesn't lead to freedom. See, some things about to happen that you can't imagine. At 24 you'll drop an album and you call it mansion. At 25 you'll put out therapy and gain some traction. Skip the track number 4, now that's a really sad one. Yeah, perception's coming next, we about to reach some masses. It sounds awesome, at the same time it doesn't matter. At 27 we'll make millions, but it's really sad, cause you learn to realize that none of this will make you happy.
You're going to be successful. You're going to drop all these albums. You're going to think it's going to make you happy, but again, the pain underlies everything. Man, that's crazy. I think he's saying that the pain isn't going to go away. You're gonna think that you're gonna be successful, but I think what he's saying is that it's gonna linger. It's never really gonna go away. And he uses his music as an outlet, which is good. But
Make millions, but it's really sad, cause you learn to realize that none of this will make you happy. I wish that I could look at you with empathy. Sometimes I feel like I've become what you were scared to be, which makes it really hard to look at you with sympathy, cause if I'm feeling bad for you, then I have to feel bad for me. And that's just something I feel like we don't deserve. That's why I'm always looking down on you, I know it hurts. I'm sure you have a lot of questions I've been trying to search to find us both some answers. I'll be here for you if things get worse.
man, I gotta hear this again. Ooh. Yeah, I just have to listen to it again. There was a whole lot of stuff, and if I don't write it down, it's hard to keep up. So I'm gonna try my best to write down, um, I guess, the theme of each verse, maybe, and then we'll go through it at the end. So Patreon, we're gonna have fun watching this nonstop all the way through. YouTube, I am gonna have to fast forward. So I will see you in 6 seconds. Here we go. So, to me, guys, this song overall, I think I'm just gonna have to go overall with this one. Sometimes I try to break down verse by verse like a quick summary. I couldn't do it this time around. I'm not sure. I felt like there were so many verses in this one. I'm not sure why. But overall, the gist I'm getting from this is it's almost like NF is writing a letter or something to his younger self. And because that's what I pictured anyway when I was listening to this. And in this letter, who is to Nate, his younger self, he issues a few warnings, a few explanations, a few glimpses into the future, and he just wants to let him know what's going on. The warnings being, by the way, this is going to happen. Your parents are going to divorce. You're going to be famous. You're not really going to be happy. You're going to make a label called real. You're still going to feel fake. You're going to get rich. You're going to make millions. It's really not going to be fulfilling the trauma inside. You're going to go through emotional battles, but don't worry. These battles will shape you. For better or for worse. It seems like there's a lot being said to young Nate, and it makes me think, as usual, what I would tell my younger self. Crazy concept to think about, just that in itself. I don't know. I don't even want to go there because that is a whole other conversation. But he mentions a few things. I couldn't write too much. I couldn't write. Like, what stuck with me is what stuck with me. And that would be the very first line of the song where he talks about he doesn't want to, sometimes I just want to disappear, like I don't exist. Or find a time machine and go back to when I was 6. I feel like that's setting up the story, or the letter, I guess, in this case. But yeah, just reflecting a little bit on his childhood, talking to his younger self, and in general, I think that line kind of expresses a longing to escape to, or maybe return to his innocence, maybe a time before all of this trauma and or pain shaped him. He talks a little bit about his parents and his mom hiding some dudes, and how dad took it. Regardless, they did go their separate ways, but apparently even young Nate kind of saw that coming, or could see it coming anyway, even though it hadn't happened yet. So yeah, just warning young Nate about the inevitable divorce and how, unfortunately, it might fuel his mistrust in future relationships when it comes to emotion. I'm not sure. He did provide a little bit of hope, saying that you're going to end up using your music to reach some people who are going through similar pain, which is, that's a good thing. That's hopeful. That's something. At least not everything that NF was telling Nate is so bleak. He did offer a little bit of encouragement there, saying that he's gonna, reach some people with his words and use music as a therapy, as an outlet to help manage some of the pain down inside. But in the end, I think the hard truth is that your life's not going to turn out how you think it will. Which is huge to tell, say, a 6-year-old. But, it's a reality check. It's I think reality check is the best way to put it. But yeah, overall, incredibly deep. I'm not sure how I did with my interpretation this time around. I had to listen to it a few times because he said so much. And I'm sure I'm going to have to listen to this a few more times to really grasp even more of the message. But it was interesting. It does make you think. I'll leave you with this, guys. If you could go back to your younger self, maybe not 6, that's kind of young, but 12? If you could go back, what would you tell yourself? Oh, I just got real deep. I don't want to think about it. Would you send warnings? Would you be more hopeful? Would you be a combination of both? Probably. That's probably the best route to go. But I digress. As always, NF leaves me with a message that gets me thinking and will continue to make me think long after I'm done with this reaction. So I appreciate NF and what he delivers through his music, because I do feel that that's what music should do, is make you think and make you feel. So I appreciate you. Thank you very much for this request, Randy. Thank you guys so much for watching. If you enjoyed this reaction, like, comment, subscribe. Don't forget to check out the Patreon link as well as the Discord link in the description below. And I will see you next time. Thanks for watching, guys. Bye.